Wait, are we recording this or no?
No.
Oh, we should probably.
Well, we can start whenever we want.
We started. We are recording it, but
Yeah,
we'll cut it
because
out.
Magic is gay. It does show you. So, because you want to know, like, okay, wait, what did they think they were doing? So, my ex, who used to work at a Getty, she got into.
A gas station.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know the museum. At the museum.
The fancy Getty. Yeah, my ex used to work at the Getty down here.
Wait, not my ex. My girlfriend now is an ex Getty employee, is what I meant to say.
right,
Did I say she's my ex? I'm high as shit.
Whatever.
So, but yes, Getty gas station. So great. I wish I thought to say to her one time what you just said. It has never even occurred to me.
It's the Louvre with
She
Powerade.
pumps gas. What, she pumped gas or something?
Yeah.
Dude, you know the greatest thing Artie Lang told me that his uncle said? Those old Italian racist uncles, you know?
Yeah.
And who's watching Buffy the Vampires? He walked in, he's watching, it's like Uncle Tony or whatever. He goes, hey, what are you watching? You realize, hey, good? He goes, hey, it's about this Jew broad that fights Dracula. It's not bad.
Yeah.
About Jew broad fights Dracula.
Yeah. It's a perfect synopsis, dude.
Dude, one time,
That's actually that's the fucking
TV Guide-
definition of
yeah.
an agent, dude.
Yeah. If a TV Guy was a thing, that would be the award-winning blurb in that.
It's so funny, and just to be powering through episodes.
Yeah.
Let's
What's
see
your
if this
manager
Jew broad
doing?
does.
Is fucking Jew broad.
But
that
anyway,
fights
Getty.
All right, we're starting. No more names. No more fucking names.
But what happened to the magic?
Wait,
at the
I
Getty?
forgot. So Nick, what's his name?
Mullen?
No. Old Nick, who's Republican guy, Italian guy. I'm blanking on his last name.
Yes. God, he's so
Gotta
fucking
get a
funny.
sativa, man.
Nick.
Why am I blanking? I was
What?
in.
He's Louis' friend.
Oh, Boston
guy.
Nick.
Yes.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus Christ. It's like
know.
we're breathing into each other's mouth. You're
Yo.
stupid.
Wait. He
Yeah,
goes.
fucking-
Yeah. He was talking to me. I did his podcast, or I don't know where we were talking. He goes how he never liked Star Wars because he goes, I thought it was like garbage can talking to a bowling trophy. He broke it down really good. You know, some garbage can talking a bowling trophy.
Dude, the first time I ever saw him, it was at Helium in Philly, and he was like, he goes, yeah, I hate going home for celebrations, you know, holidays and all that. Everybody thinks I'm famous. My niece is like, this is all you got me? And he's like, I'm smoking a cigarette on a fucking milk crate, ashing into a green pepper. Damn, he's funny as fuck. He went hard right, dude. He went fucking bananas.
Dude, we used to watch it. It was so good.
Jane and I used to watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah, every night
was
on the
so
couch.
funny.
God, he's so
Just to
fucking
check
funny.
in with him.
He's so funny, dude. You
Wait,
do
who?
need it.
Nick.
Yeah, you brought it up.
Yeah.
Oh, his YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh. I just every night I was
Why
like,
can't I fucking... You guys still can't figure this last name out?
I gotta have another claw for
is
my memory
crazy.
gets good. That's when I start to remember people who've wronged me. My memory improves when I drink.
Yeah. It's the second claw that holds
And
all
I'll
the
tell you
secrets.
another person I resent.
Wait, but what happened? Your girlfriend worked at the Getty. There's a
Gas
magic.
station.
No one's...
Yes. Gas station
So
magic somehow.
so she used to be in that goofy sigil magic, but what that is no, I fundamentally don't understand this because I've only done every single thing I've ever had an urge to do. You know, lucky for me, none of it's
Yeah.
like choking a hooker to death or anything. you
Right,
know,
right.
Too bad, but I don't have to align my will with where whatever the fuck.
Right.
Like I want to be a barber, but I can't, I don't know. I'm just throwing in things.
But I can't
My
keep
dad wants me to be a fucking janitor. I don't know. Like, how do I align my will?
But I fucking hate mops.
My
Yeah.
dad says it's like a thing where you want to do it but you never do it kind of thing.
Okay.
People program their subconscious with the sigil shit. That's what the whole thing's for, is to program your subconscious. Because your subconscious is steering most of the time, you know?
Okay. So they think they could, did they go to sleep or something and someone talks to them? Or how do you program your subconscious?
I don't know, because as she was telling me, I started to want to suck a dick, so I got afraid. I got scared. When the more The more information, I was like, dick sounds tasty as hell. And I was like, wait, these aren't my thoughts. I had to draw a sigil of a pussy and look at it. Then I threw up because it was gross.
DePaulo. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
Nick
damn.
DiPaolo.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So good.
Man.
What's that guy? Who's that guy making out with Jesus?
That's Judas, I believe.
Looks like he's like forcing himself on Jesus.
He's kissing her.
Yeah.
I think the Romans would take him away.
Assistant to the manager.
And then there's the mafia. The
No,
army.
he owns the whole agency.
It's the Kennedys.
There's the there's the Romans.
This poor guy's the white talent that got overlooked.
Yeah.
Jabus.
You know Jesus' correct name is Josh.
It's Josh Christ.
That's correct.
Josh Christ.
Josh Hussein Christ. It's a very common Middle Eastern name.
Josh Hussein Christ.
H Jesus. Oh, Jesus H Christ. That's
Yeah.
Hussein.
Josh
It's been
Hussein.
Hussein the whole time, and it's actually Josh. It's not Jesus.
It is.
It's a because that's a
It does
trans.
take the edge off all the sermons if it's just Josh.
Well, that's how you know he was white.
Yeah, you dulls the blade.
Yeah. You know,
Of
they
how
crucified
important it
Josh
is.
the other
Yeah.
day. He was the chosen one.
I'm not into. That's not true.
Magic?
No,
Socks.
I was going to say they're in there, pal. Look at that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you like a no sock look.
I do. I mean, it's getting hot.
That's
I'm
new,
wearing
right?
cords with no socks.
The new thing is low socks.
You're wearing a nice pair of cord prees.
These are fucking rolled up, and I'm sitting down.
All right. I'm fatting out all my shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
right
sizing
out of
up?
I'm bulking up for the summer. What am I getting fat for?
Yeah.
I decided to get fatter for the summer.
Yeah, yeah. Because
No,
you
I
sweat
hurt
it out.
I hurt my arm too big. Dude, I haven't worked out in like since I moved here because I gotta get like stem cells or something. My shoulder's fucked, dude.
What
Are you
happened to it?
left-handed?
Dude, either trying to get back into the slippery tube down this river over there, or holding the. I don't know what
Were you
the
being
fuck it
pulled
did.
by a boat,
I
or
had,
were you
I
just
had,
wrestling
I had
with it
gone to
too?
the gym, like just before that. You know, to get a pump for the river.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, we
So
talked
my
about
muscles are already fucked, and
Yeah.
I did something, and it's like it's like where the tricep meets. It sucks so bad.
Yeah.
It's got to be a nerve thing.
And as a result, I can't exercise my legs or belly.
Yeah. Can't wash my hair.
You don't know how debilitating it is.
yeah,
I can't.
Standing up, I feel it.
I can't pick up nothing around the house.
Where are you going tubing? I'm interested.
It was fun, other than the life-changing injury.
Is it like on?
I'll come out and admit it was from tubing too. I'm not one of these guys that tells you it was something better than tubing.
Yeah, yeah.
is it like a
Box
lazy
guys.
river where you throw a 30 bird on like a tube and just float?
Yeah.
Or are you actually going down?
Yeah, you get real smashed up, and also, you know, it's kind of long. You realize like you're drunk in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
There's
got to
no
swim
way
a
out.
lot. And you're like,
Yeah.
wow, I didn't think this through, but I also got pissed.
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Well, that's
It's
the
fun.
nice
It's a good-
part.
overall, good time.
Fucking happiness.
Do you get out of the tube? I just piss in the tube.
What did I do? I just went in river, but then you're with a bunch of other drunks in the river, and then you realize you're just in a river of
Piss
piss,
risk.
Yeah.
tearing your fucking
So
whatever
high.
this is
I
up.
get past that pretty quick.
Yeah, I never cared about that.
The temperature was nice.
All your boys just smoking beers in a fucking
Yeah.
a hot tub or even a small pool.
Do you ever? Is that
You know
real?
you're pissing, but why would you give a shit?
Do you ever go to
Wait, what?
Secrets? You ever go to Secrets? You ever go to Secrets?
Secrets in fucking
In Ocean City? Yeah.
Maryland.
I think that
Of
hot tub
course I
story
have.
should have been a secret.
Yes, dude. Smell that. Have I ever been to fucking Secrets?
How about you take a whiff of this?
You finger first and float second.
How
Dude,
long
that
ago did
place
you go
is-
there? You haven't washed it?
Nope. College. Yeah, no, it's just thinking so hard, dude. It
go to
gets
bed
under
with
the
a bag
nail
over your
bed.
head.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could still smell it after that trip to
Dude,
Secrets.
have you been to Secrets? Ocean City,
Maybe.
Maryland?
No, I know I have not.
It's a outside bar that just has floats. It's a deck for fat pigs that get fingered. It's
Is that like what it says in nice writing?
yeah. Live, laugh, love, but fat pigs getting
A
fingered.
deck for fat pigs.
There's
to
people
get
that walk
fingered.
them around like those kids with those sticks. You see that one?
Yeah.
It's heaven, dude.
You guys get do a little bit of hog fingering,
100%, dude. God, I miss it.
hog diddling,
I miss it so much.
Back in 09.
Just like checking
do a little chunky noodling.
you're fucking a fat Irish broad and just like looking for like an awkward mole or a freckle.
Why?
looking for
to
it?
keep from coming so hard?
Yeah.
to last a little bit.
Yeah.
Give this fucking,
There's always something you just lock into. Like just a weird
give
dark
this
mole.
fucking Pennsylvania potato person the ride of their life. They don't get no Dago hog where they come from, right?
Yeah, dude. I'm fucking Mexican out there.
Yo, Vecchio, you don't like Vecchio?
Yeah.
He was making me cry laughing, dude. He did Mothership, but he's talking about Chapo. You know why they took Chapo down? Because he was a short king like me. He goes, we're tunnelers. We burrow.
What's going on with Chapo? Is he back?
Remember
Is he out
Sean
again?
Penn got him caught? Does
Yeah.
anybody put together
Hilarious.
that Sean Penn is a total... Now, I don't think...
Insane person.
Sean Penn's not in on it. This is the thing. Sean Penn's an asset of probably a number of intel outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's
Just to score
he's the
drugs.
man who knew too little, 100%.
Yeah.
And his Rolling Stone article of him going to interview Chapo, because you can tell he thinks he's Hunter S. Thompson, how he writes.
Yeah.
Like, we're stopping to take a piss on the way to, I'm holding my dick in my hands. Soon out. Like, it's really like, dude, you're hitting all the great notes on this on this fucking getting Chapo busted story you're writing about yourself. And then he did an interview with him, okay? The interview is so fucking funny how retarded he asked Chapo just retard question. What is your hope for the world? Like, dude,
Kind of a
fucking
good
Lex
question.
Friedman on his lowest setting.
It's not a big question.
Yo,
Not a big question.
It is.
to Chapo because it's the opposite of what you would want to ask.
You sit down in an interview and just ask Chapo Kermit the Frog
Yeah.
questions. It's fucking unbelievable.
Like a mom to a 5-year-old.
he asked him Muppet questions. Dude, he's talking
did,
to
dude.
fucking Grover. He did. Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. What do you want to be when you grow up, Chapo?
How does your mom get
Yo,
to
that's
work?
how fucking Democrats lost the worst. You watch them on the news talking to you like you're at Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Well, Ukraine is a smaller country that was invaded by Russia, which is a larger country. So that's wrong. Breakfast Club. Oh, boy, we missed out on president. We could have had
Oscar
president.
comes out of the cage.
Yeah.
We should bomb the shit out of him. Oh,
Fuck the
Oscar,
Jews.
you're such a hawk.
What are you going to do about it?
Oscar the Grouch is coming out of the cave.
I was
Bomb the
debanked.
Jews.
Why was I debanked, you bitch? Ah. Oscar was deplatformed originally. I don't remember what we're talking about, but I feel like
Chapo's answer to the question.
okay,
what do
so
you
I
want
use
for the world.
because I remember watch. So the reason Sean Penn's there is some Mexican actress wrote an open letter to El Chapo on the Mexican news or some shit, and Chapo wanted to fuck her. So he's like, "Please come, I will interview you." Okay, so that's why she and there's a Netflix thing about it actually about
It's
what
the
a
worst
second-
catfish of all time. You're expecting
dude.
a hot Mexican actress.
Yeah.
She's
You're going-
Sean Penn shows
You're going
up.
to Supermax. First, you're going to answer idiot questions from Sean Penn, and you're going straight to Supermax, motherfucker. You ain't going to tunnel your way out of there. So Chapo's there because he wants to fuck this chick. Okay, he could have just hit out, but his dumb fucking dick. And then Sean Penn heard about it and and the chick talks about it on that Netflix, like how he just inserted himself into the. Now, what really happened was probably a CIA or whoever inserted himself in.
Yeah.
Sean's not bright.
Yeah.
They insert him in places. I've seen him in dude, he pops up like I only came aware of it like recently how much he pops up in like Forrest Gump in these places. Ukraine and shit. Fucking hilarious, dude.
It's true.
He gave Zelensky his Oscar to melt down into bullets. Hey, let's do some blow.
Why?
And then they do some blow. Dude, when Zelensky
What
goes
is the
down,
point of him being all those places?
because he's a fucking tool. I mean, they got Chapo.
True.
Fucking
There's got to be.
So you get cock blocked, and it's like, oh, you're gonna meet Sean Penn. You're like, all right. I mean, like, I'm not against meeting Sean Penn, but if you think you're about to get laid with some other star, like, oh, you're gonna meet Sean Penn. You're like, okay, cool, but we're gonna talk later, right? Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, Sean, give me the goods.
Let's just get this over with. Like you invited a chick on you barely knew on a trip, and she brought a dude. Wait, you're not fucking him even? Why?
Why'd you do this to us? Yeah.
Wait, what was the original reasoning for him meeting?
He just inserted himself into a thing he heard about her going to do.
And he was like, I'm going to do the interview.
Why would he even know about some Mexican actress?
100%.
He didn't. I don't like looking back at the Netflix thing. I don't believe any of the stories anymore.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with this.
There's got to be someone at the CIA who's sick of the Sean Penn.
Well, first of all, Chapo, all of these people, just so you understand, the main boss is the CIA. The drug war was not a failure. They always say the failed drug war was a resounding success. The war was to take over the drug trafficking, which the CIA did.
Yeah.
Back during Iran-Contra, they had already taken it over.
Yeah.
So remember all the black guys, they put crack in the hood. Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. That's not a thing somebody made up. A reporter found it named Gary Webb, and he ended up shooting himself twice in the head.
Yeah. Right. There's always a second
Twice
shot.
in the back of the head and once through the heart.
Yeah, it happens. Sometimes people shoot themselves
Is
twice
this
in the head.
Reagan administration? Is that the war on drug?
Oh, yeah, well, Nixon,
a
I think,
couple,
started the war on drugs. I thought it was Nixon. But when the CIA taking it over, that's Poppy Bush. He was the head of the CIA.
Yeah.
So that's their pet project, was taking over the entire drug trade, which they did. So all the fentanyl and shit, it's not just China. It was coming through Canada. So, I mean, Justin Trudeau was in on it. And people in this government are in on it. I don't know who.
Yeah.
And you really can't trust none of them because Trump's already going back on all of them Doge cuts that are fucking hilarious and good. I don't want there to be DEI in Guatemala or whatever the fuck. But the amounts are like piddly amounts. They're like like if it's like $6 billion,
yeah.
Okay, that is hilarious. But like, dude, the Pentagon can't account for $2 trillion. This happened twice.
Yeah, yeah.
In your lifetime, they're like, we don't know where $2 trillion fucking dollars is.
Yeah.
No, it's not lost. We just can't account for it. Who could you say that to? That you owe that much money to?
Yeah. I wonder what they're doing.
Think of that. You have it? I can't account for it.
$500 billion to Sean Penn to interview.
Wait, so you have it? Yeah. They paid Sean Penn. Well, it worked.
Is my money in there? Is my money in there? Great actor. Great actor.
It's my money.
That's so fucking funny.
Anyway, Sean's like a fucking, they probably blank him out and reset him.
Yeah. Yeah.
A bunch of these people, you could tell they got switches on them.
It's so insane. Like the level of Hollywood, I don't know. It's just like,
This is what you would do if you wanted total control.
it's so fun to be like where we are and see how insane everything is in this industry.
Well, you got to feel the rush of cock blocking El Chapo.
Yeah, God. So
That must have put
maybe
him-
that's what it is, dude. Chasing the Chapo Dragon.
Yo,
I want to chase the Chapo Dragon.
I'm forever trying to find something that felt as empowering as cock blocking El Chapo.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Do you want to be a
That was
regular
the biggest cock block I think I've ever heard of. Maybe not in history. That's
ever.
But
are you kidding?
there might be one. Hey, write in if you know of a bigger cock block.
We do have a live call in.
You do?
Yeah, we're streaming live.
What?
That would be sick. We should do that. Dude. We need to figure
Take
that
some
out.
calls, 100%.
We need to
Let's go to the call. Oh, yeah. Anyway, all them cuts are, they passed the CR, the continuing resolution. So what that means is all the cuts you heard about don't mean shit. They added $6 billion to the military, actually.
Yeah.
That's what literally happened. All the other shit, people are bickering over. Nothing.
Pittance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's discretionary spending, so it just means that DEI, whatever the money, it will just all go to Israel.
Yeah.
And let's face it, they need it.
Yeah.
They're fighting
They
for their
need the
life
help.
out there.
They need help. Get Penn out. Get Penn on the ground.
Do
Yeah,
you find yourself like if you, this type of knowledge that you have, right?
5 minutes of research while shitting.
Okay, that's literally
literally
that's
the
my
amount of time.
knowledge.
You got
No,
it.
it's a second level. Like I don't even want that. I don't want one toilet amount of time to research enough information because it'll fuck me.
I got
All right. This episode is brought to you by ZocDoc.
Zakak.
All right. When was the last time you needed to go to a doctor, but you pushed it off, made the excuse, I'm too busy. It'll heal on its own. I don't need help. I'm kind of doing that right now.
Yeah, same. And I have insurance.
Yeah.
I do
I
it
have-
all the time.
I have used ZocDoc. This is true.
It's good.
Yeah, I use it in New York.
Beautiful.
Our buddy Colin
Oh,
at
fuck
Maggie
yeah.
Hall's
Nice.
turned me on the ZocDoc.
Well, we've all been there. Booking a doctor appointment can just feel so daunting.
It's like
you know?
Yelp for
Thanks to ZocDoc,
doctors.
there's no reason to delay.
Are we supposed to riff during the ad?
No.
read? Oh, okay.
Now it's
I'm just interrupting.
Yeah,
ZocDoc is a free app and
You're
website where you
Lil
can
Jon.
search and compare high quality in-network doctors and click to instantly book an appointment. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 doctors across every specialty, from mental health, dental health, primary care to urgent care, and more. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Stuff Island to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor. That's ZocDoc, ZocDoc.com/Stuff Island. ZocDoc.com/Stuff Island. Guys, go to the doctor.
Truly, it's a very easy interface to use.
Tommy used it.
I did.
There
That's
you
how
go.
you know.
Yeah.
And I've been.
We trust Tommy.
We do. Everybody trusts me.
Yeah.
You heard the last hour. Very
Trustworthy.
Trustworthy.
Yeah.
He goes,
What doc?
Doctor, Tommy goes to the doctor, says it's going to be a long one.
Go to the bar in between. I'll be back.
There's got to be a doctor that has beers in the waiting office.
You would think so.
You know?
That's a
In the
good
waiting room.
doc.
Yeah. All right. This episode is also brought to you by Blue Chew. Have better sex with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. And starting now, Blue Chew is offering a combo so strong it'll knock your socks off and your neighbor's socks off.
Whoa.
You'll have to move towns with the amount of noise you'll be making. Blue Chew Max has arrived, and it combines the active ingredients of Viagra and Cialis into one chewable.
Jesus.
This combo acts fast and lasts. Guys, be ready when she needs it and get your first month of Blue Chew free. Great sex is a few clicks away. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers. And once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. That means no visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy.
I love Blue Chew was like, you know what? We gotta double this.
Yeah, power up.
She's going to need it.
She's gonna need it.
Make life easier by getting harder and discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special offer for our listeners. Try our first month of Blue Chew free when you use promo code Stuff Island. Just pay $5 shipping. That's promo code Stuff Island. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Thank you, Blue Chew. Thank you, ZocDoc.
Thank you,
Blue Chew Max.
Blue Chew.
Get it. Promo code Stuff Island.
I do a news show. I have to be on a news show because I need the money.
It's just get mad about the news.
3 days, oh, dude, and it's 3 days. I mean, Jimmy. It's not like Jimmy's in the field reporting it. He just knows the sources to talk to and
Right.
get that I would never have found on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you know I'll meet like reporters and shit. So it's like you kind of get to know. And just because somebody sucks in one area, they might be like really good in some other area. So it's
Yeah.
not like you can't really blanket. But here's what you can blanket judge: the entire regular news. Whoever watches that is like it's old people getting hypnotized.
Of course.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I
like,
can't
yeah.
imagine anyone actually watching those shows.
Well, someone does. Well, no, people watch. So they suck. Clearly, the ecosystem works this way. They suck at what they do, and they're just repeating all the same catchphrases over and over again.
Yeah.
like which is insane. That's just not normal. And if you just sat and watched, you'd be like, "What the fuck? Did only 2 things happen today?"
Yeah.
And you're saying them over and over. You got 5 different people on a panel saying the same thing over and over to me.
And you could see
Yeah.
montages of different networks in different cities saying the exact same news story.
yeah.
That's been going on
That's
forever.
not national.
That's been going on forever. And that's by the way, talk about gay ass magic. What do you think it is? That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's mass crowd control.
Yeah.
So, like, parents or whatever that like, what's that fucking dipshit that Dave Smith will mop the floor with him? That fucking old man, PragerU. You know that guy PragerU? Dennis Prager.
Dennis Prager, yeah.
He's an old hack that hasn't. He's like an old hack that hasn't changed his act in like a long time.
Yeah.
So Dave Smith and I don't know who he's with. Cenk Uygur. You know that guy's name we're not allowed to say.
I was just gonna say, yo.
Dude, Nick Mullen said that to me. Right? Did Nick show you? Oh, see that guy's name we're not allowed to say anymore. I go, Cenk Uyghur's his name. That's his name.
It is his name.
CENK.
Yeah.
Cenk.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, dude.
It was him and Dave
I felt
Smith.
bad about saying Wiggerstan last week. Dude.
Yo, Uyghurs they're called.
Uyghurs.
His name, he goes Uyghur, but it's Uyghur.
Yeah.
Cenk Uyghur's his name. No, I'm being mature about it. I'm the one being mature about it.
Why don't we just call him South Philly, dude? It's the same thing.
Oh my God. He really is a. Oh, anyway. So it's Dave and him, and they're debating Dennis Prager and I can't remember her name, but she's on like the Hill. So Dave, Dave knows his shit, like, and he knows like nerd footnotes. Like I can just give you my emotional impressions that upset me.
Yeah.
But Dave really knows the footnotes that nerds need. To battle. He just like told, oh my God, it's great. And that's where you see like that. And because Dave's a comic too. So when you apply that to that world, you're like, oh, these people, it's like Trump debating nerd politicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't.
They don't know how to operate
They're so
outside of
phony,
like a
dude.
talking point.
Yeah. Like they have never been a
So
person.
stale. It's really bizarre.
Because they got a bunch of people why do people think President Wendy Williams would have been good? Kamala Harris was good.
Yeah.
I'm just like, aside from you hate Trump, fine.
Yeah.
You think she's good? Are you saying that to, you think I'll believe it?
Yeah.
Why is that for yourself?
Yeah.
And you know why? A bunch of them who think she thought she's good because she wouldn't ever answer a question. And a bunch of it's become so bloated, that fucking, the fuckbag state of people that get paid off being dodgy pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They admire that. They admire, like, that's good. You didn't say anything.
Yes.
Like that. So if that doesn't hit you as like so warped beyond,
I know.
Yeah.
then how are you going to notice anything?
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing I've ever. Don't mention like Bill Maher and talking to the guy Ezra Klein. I hate that motherfucker. Anyway, he's a fucking worm. But they're talking all this sober analysis of how the Democrats fucked up because Ezra Klein has a book. Jake Tapper has a book.
Everyone's written a book.
They covered up Biden's senility. Jake Tapper of fucking CNN wrote a book that just came out about how they covered up Biden's senility.
Yeah. He's like there doing it the whole time.
Boy, if only a newsman could have reported it at the time. Are you assholes fucking joking?
Yeah.
Oh, now you notice that they sucked?
I swear to God, all these people have just like a writer on retainer for every time a political event happens. Someone writes them a book that they put out. It's like, where could you find the time?
I know a bunch of writers at Bill Maher. And Bill Maher is like a rich dude. Once these guys get to a certain point, they're retards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really buy that Bill is detarding. Because
retarding in reverse.
Yeah,
Let's
make
go.
America detarded. I wanted to make
It's like
hats.
Cold Harbor and Severance.
Mad hats of making America detarded again.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know the right word. That's how retarded we are. And I want to be detarded. And I think that's a good message. You have to start at a place of retarded though to detard from it.
I don't know. I think Tommy's got the right approach. Is just, I don't know, super tard yourself. It's just like,
stay the fuck away.
Why even if you don't pay if you
divine nonchalance.
100%. Yeah.
It's like, because you can't. That's what's annoying is that every article you look at sends you down a rabbit hole of infinite research.
Of learning, yeah.
Yeah, and
Let me
you're
tell you
like,
one of the worst things is
can't.
learning. The curse of learning.
It is tough.
No, I'd rather know everything.
Pick something
I'd rather
else.
know every goddamn thing and not know. Like, what am I, Dottie Sandusky? That's the ultimate. That's what America. Yo, our national bird should be Dottie Sandusky. Dottie doesn't go in the basement. Just washing dishes.
I feel like
Jerry was helping those boys.
the hardest part is
That's the democracy room.
with every other aspect of life, you can like control your knowledge and how much you want to dive into it. When it gets to like politics and shit that like, it's controlled for you. Why do I want to know so much?
Well,
Why do I want to turn
I'll tell you
that
why.
fucking
Because
stone?
look, this is partially the main thing of like the soul of America is why should I give a fucking shit until it happened to me?
100%.
And guess what? It's gonna happen to you.
Yeah.
So, for example, the guy, and I don't know if he
Well,
really
how many
shot
bad presidents have already made it bad for me?
which never mind the dude. Before you even get to the president, the levels you fucked, you can't even believe. But let's take that Luigi Mangione kid, the hottest mass shooter. No, he's not a mass shooter. He shot one fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he is. Like, he is.
he's cute.
That's what it says on my TikToks when I'm taking a shit. He's the hottest shooter.
He's the hottest shooter of all time.
But I don't know that he did nothing. They haven't proved he did it yet. It's clearly he's being stitched up for it. But there's a lot of questions with it. But let's say he did do it,
Yeah.
which everybody's doing. Some people are like, that's great. By the way, I think there's something fake about him being the guy because I'm a cynic and sure, I want to believe something that beautiful happened. That a fucking guy from an insurance company who invented an AI that turns down 90% of claims.
Of course.
So we're not talking about the poor, spit on them, fuck them. We're talking about people that had insurance and paid into it.
Yes.
And then got fucked in the ass. You ever just deal with Postmates AI when they don't have your fucking food? Did you ever deal with that?
No.
Well, dude, if I had to talk to a robot on the phone,
Yeah.
it's like ugly what I become.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah! And like, do you mean
Oh,
yes?
yes.
Get the fucking number right now!
Yeah.
Dude, the homicidal rage that
Yeah.
boils up in me.
yeah.
That's why they made that robot, because they don't have to. The
Deal with
Indians
you.
in India don't want to go through it no
yeah.
more.
Yes.
They don't want to be like, where are you from?
They want to make it impossible to talk to the person
Why
who
you
can
talking to
actually,
me like that,
yeah.
bruh?
Dude.
Yo, no, you. Oh my God, an American black on the line.
Dude.
Where are you from? A rich area?
Yeah.
Where do you get extra special service? I get a Filipino or an Indian, not even anymore. Robot. They lost those outsourced jobs. So now you have some injury that you can't get. You ever fill out just the shit for? I mean, I wouldn't even have insurance unless a girl filled out the shit for me.
Yeah.
Because so
100%. But it's
if I paid money, not from Writers Guild, which is good insurance, but I'm sure you get fucked at a Cadillac plan. They can fuck you. So this guy. So the reason I don't believe this guy maybe shot him is because that's not his insurance company. Like, he wasn't insured through them.
Yeah.
But that guy was a piece of everyone involved. Tim Waltz, by the way, was a big part owner in that company. You know
Oh,
that?
really?
Oh yeah.
What was the company? United?
The
Health,
biggest
right?
one, American
United.
something.
Yeah, United.
So the one that most people are on, that's the one that was just saying no to 90%.
Yeah.
Using an AI. You know, the AIs on ChatGPT will lie and they call it hallucinating.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's not hallucinating? And it's also not alive. I don't believe you that you got it working like that. But what they are doing is little stupid things to trick you into thinking it's alive. And it's little tests it's running about when the time comes. Because people just
how to
ask.
trick people.
Dude,
Yeah.
Jimmy will ask fucking the thing on his phone about. I'm like, why are you doing? Like, I know about it shit because of him usually. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a natural thing to do.
Yeah.
So pretty soon the ChatGPT will be a fucking thing that you'll accept lies from. Where did that comes? We're already in.
Yeah.
Everybody lives in a different fucking dimension, right? We're already in that.
Yeah.
Are there non-human intelligences we can't see in another dimension? Yes, they're called the
right
homeless.
here.
That's right. Sometimes you sense them, and people have encounters, and they describe a smell.
No, that is a great point.
So just think of
Just
Bill Maher.
people-
Bill Maher's in another fucking dimension. He's in a dimension where he fires his agents from not getting him into that fucking party
Yeah.
with that other fucking agency. Like, that's the dimension he lives in. So
That's crazy.
and
Yeah.
I've been a joke butler for fucking 20 years, so I seen up close how it is.
Yeah.
You know, like the people live in like a narcissist retard world. Even the concept of being a star is very occultic. That's, Lucifer, the mornings. They're literally your own little Lucifer. That's not Satan, by the way. Lucifer is not Satan. I don't know
Who's
what people-
Lucifer's an angel that fell or something? What?
Lucifer,
no,
America.
it's just the name for Venus people had, the morning star.
Okay.
It could be compared to shit or whatever, but that scripture, I used to be a minister. That scripture was about the king of Babylon being toppled. And you're like, oh, you're a big star, but he was like David Spade, Hollywood mitigating a Babylonian king.
Okay.
Oh, a falling star. It was like that. It was like that joke that got Eddie Murphy mad. And yeah, that's what it is. And also the name Lucifer. I'll tell you something interesting.
I wish. Oh no. I wish I could make Kurt like a stuffed animal, where you pull the cord and just fucking go
Yeah.
ham.
I am that kind.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I'm just enjoying
Just
this.
that name, because I always hear people say, like, that's a name that used to be fine because it just meant that star. And I don't know when they made it like the devil, but it's Latin. It's probably some Catholic thing. But there's a guy named Saint Lucifer of Cagliari from like the 3rd century. So his name's Saint Lucifer because that was a name people had.
Okay.
You understand? And
It was like Hitler.
Saint Hitler. If you've heard of Saint Hitler, not the saint from the 30s. Not the savior of Kanye.
Yeah.
You're like a windmill. So the guy, whenever they had a fight about what Jesus is, you know how they had like a big fight of like, what the fuck is Jesus? Is he a God? Is he God's son?
Right.
Is he God? Is he all three and yet none, which is the one they went with? It's like the weird compromise to me.
Yeah. The most confusing option is always the best.
So Saint Lucifer hated the Arians, which is not with a Y, with an I. This guy Arian, and he was like, Jesus is God's son. He's not God. And so it was after they decided that it's this thing, he was still doing that. So the church was like, you're bad, Arian, right? And then I guess Arian repented of it or something. So they're like, okay, you're good. But Saint Lucifer was like, no, I don't forgive you for that. He was like really like a dog with a bone with it, apparently.
Yeah.
And so he got excommunicated, but in Cagliari, I guess that's Italy, I don't know. Where that is, they thought he was a saint because he stuck to his Mel Gibson guns about not going Vatican II. And
So in Cagliari,
I think the reason they say Lucifer now like that is like because
of
this
him.
guy was off the ranch with his
yeah.
and him failing to forgive someone. They were like, "Oh, you're like the devil," and now
Right.
his name people think means Satan.
Yeah, because only like 4 people could write at the time. So the one guy's just like, I'm putting Lucifer as the bad guy. And then he's fucked.
Yeah, that's why they're threatened by podcasting. That's exactly right. You know what? Also, Satan's not a name; that's a title too, like prosecutor. So,
really?
Yeah, probably different dudes had the name.
Satan.
Yeah, Hillel Ben Shahar is the Lucifer.
Okay.
The one when people say that the actual name is Hel Helel Hillel Ben Shahar, the howling one, not the light. And I can't remember what's Mastema is the one in the book of Job. The Satan in the book of Job is probably named Mastema.
Wait, so every book has a different Satan in it?
No, but you got to understand these books are not chapters in one big series by
No,
Stephen
no,
King.
no.
It's not the Dark Tower series.
Also, every book is not real. You could write one right
I
now.
think
You
it's
can
like
name
this.
it whatever you want.
Gospel
You
of
got to look
Chris.
at them as these are all programming methods because that's what human nature is programmed.
100%.
So, how do you program? A lot of times, like that picture right behind you of
Yeah.
Jesus.
My agent's
Judas,
a man.
like, come here. No, I just want to kiss you. No reason. What's the guy doing there? Who's yelling? Guys, no, Jesus isn't gay. I don't know. He's grabbing him. He doesn't want it.
This broad?
Yeah. Who's that girl?
I don't know. It's just a dude, I think, screaming.
She's screaming
'Cause Jesus is being
a 2 drink
taken away.
minimum.
That's probably Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, or one of those guys.
There's only a few. There's only a few.
Pat, Tim.
I forget what I was even talking about.
No, in all honesty, like the AI thing is like scary because you can manipulate the minds of, like think the next generation.
Yeah.
People that are just like the masses that
Yeah.
are watching the
Yeah,
news.
it already happened. At least you know, it already happened. So you don't got to fear the future because whatever you think they're going to do, they done did it.
Yeah, no, I'm saying how it's absorbed.
You don't
so
need
the
a
way our
chip no more.
parents absorb the news today is how the next generation is going to absorb AI through their phone.
Well, it's all
telling them
it's all going
this
to be
is the
blue
truth.
light. It's all going to be carrier waves. Blue light, especially with none of the other kind of light, because that ravages the dopamine centers. That's a Vegas trick. That's where they learned it. Meyer Lansky and all them.
Really, that's so.
They learned dopamine. You seen old people slot machines?
Yeah.
That's the same principle with that hypno.
Why does blue light suck your dopamine out?
I have no fucking idea. I guess people do like red light therapy now because of it.
Yeah.
But all of it got taken out of the bulbs when Obama signed the energy saver bulbs, so you only get that blue light.
Dude, all my lights are on a dimmer, and they're not incandescent bulbs. Apparently energy saver bulbs.
Yeah.
So when you put
It's
it
like
down to a
LED.
dim, they go. They have like a rattle.
Satan calling for
Yeah.
the
So you got to go back. And Trump, I believe, reversed the law for incandescent bulbs to be legal again. So you can now get legal bulbs.
You can get regular.
You can get regular
Edison
incandescent bulbs that can hang on a dimmer. Yeah.
Wild.
Don't look, your screens, all of them, they're all designed that way on purpose. And this is shit they knew about like quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
The chip in the head shit is not whatever Elon's chip head shit is. That's like old ass tech. That's from the 1970s.
Chip in the head.
Yeah, putting a chip in your head, dude. Leonard Kyle, K-I-L-E-S, L-E, Kyle.
Okay.
He was a dude that went in for therapy or something because he had a rage problem because he thought his girl was cheating on him, something. But his doctor, unfortunately for him, was some CIA guy. I don't know if it's.
I love how it's this certain level of fucking.
Yeah.
It's always a chick cheating on you. It's like this guy knows everything, but it's like this bitch fucking my neighbor.
Okay,
He knows about chips in the
So
head.
the tip off, by the way,
Pool of dudes
Yo,
put chips in their head.
but think of the tip off of that your therapist maybe isn't good. If they well, why don't you break up? Hey, I got a new treatment might help. So they didn't tell him what they were doing, but they put this chip in his head. You can find the videos of it. There's Carlos Delgado, some guy wrote a book all about how
The baseball. player?
Irish guy.
a dirty Irish. No,
Dirty
he was some CIA Cuban doctor. I'm sure. If they have a Spanish name back then, they're usually Cubans. A lot of like Nazi-esque fucking Cubans. Okay, and they put it in a bowl where he had a little thing where he could stimulate the part of the bull's brain with
Electrodes.
Right.
and the bull would stop charging immediately.
Yeah.
So this is old, and so they're like, "Hey, let's put in a guy." And this guy's anger probably put it in him. It really fucked him up bad, and he was like,
But he stopped charging. Did he stop charging?
"Yo,
He stopped running at red.
so
Yeah.
they checked,
Red couches didn't bother
I
him
think
anymore.
I don't really know the extent, but I imagine it's probably he went almost schizophrenic. But he ended up in a home. He's a guy who won patents on Polaroid shit, all kinds of Polaroid camera stuff.
Okay.
He was like a real smart guy, totally generated. And then
The guy who was fighting with his girlfriend was
he ends up in a home.
Polaroid?
Yeah, he had his patents were later stolen. I wonder by who. And he fucking would put a metal trash can on his head because he was smart enough to know electromagnetic waves were doing something to him. He was that smart.
Okay.
Put trash can on his head, and you know what they would do then? They started letting him use aluminum foil to wrap his head to block the pain, and that's how he got the term tinfoil hat.
Tinfoil hat.
After
Yeah.
the piece of shit CIA did Nazi experiments on a guy, not a poor person like we would all turn our blind eye to.
Yeah.
I know I would. I hate these people that are poor.
No, I'd rather be the
Oh my
CEO of
God.
a healthcare company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
put some
a-
chips in that guy's head.
Don't glorify that guy. Luigi Mangione making his own gun from scratch.
Still thinking of it,
It
dude.
was pretty
I'm
sick.
just not comfortable with the eyebrow profiling that went on. They have some software that profiles eyebrows. That
Yeah.
could be me, you.
Yeah, 100%. 100%, dude.
I got a lot of motive.
If he wasn't all horned up, dude.
Just a
And then they try to
record.
say he was gay. You see, like, the amount of weird shit about it?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that
Like,
he
he's
was
actually gay. I'm like, is he
Yeah.
really gay? So, I
Also,
don't...
we're past that point. That was like a purposeful thing to say years ago. That
Dude,
people were
if
like,
you said
oh,
it
he's
now...
bad.
If you said it now...
You're better.
The same media that printed that, if you said that, would come after you.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, that he was gay? Yeah.
Like, so as soon as you see him, like, boy, this is against everything that...
yeah.
They stood for it.
Now
Yeah.
he's in a
That the
fucking
resistance
Kevin Hart
stands
film.
for.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's where you see... I like that shit, because that's where you see a split between... You know, bullshit, right, red, blue. Everybody's a retard. If you really believe in a party,
So
you're
he
so
didn't
dumb.
get a back injury and wasn't able to fuck the
Well,
dudes
who the
he
fuck
wanted
knows?
to fuck.
Dude, who the
That
fuck
was the
knows?
story I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The reason
probably
he
from the past.
shot, the
He
reason
can't
he
fuck
shot
anymore.
I wouldn't
Hilarious.
trust. Yo, I can't. I'm telling
They
you the
looked
truth.
at him. They were like,
the
"This dude's
official
hot.
story
This
is-
dude's hot.
yeah.
What's his fucking?
Yeah.
What's,
Yo.
Is his Achilles heel?
what's his Achilles heel? He can't fuck.
Yeah.
I can't name a single fucking story that from my lifetime where when I saw the news story that it turned out it was real. It was true. I can't name one where they told you the thing right and
Yeah.
didn't. Like, and I just pull any random dude. Here's a big one. Remember Matthew Shepard, the gay guy in Wyoming,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Laramie? There was the Laramie Project
beaten-
about him, which
Beaten
was
to death or something, right?
yeah, from a gay bashing attack because these guys were so homophobic. They invite him in their truck, and then he was like found on a fence. And then the sheriff that found him,
Yeah.
she touched his blood, and he was HIV positive, so she thought she was going to get a disease, mate. And it was all in this great drama with Jean Garofalo. You know Jean Garofalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I like her. But she's in the Laramie Project with the rest of these actors. And I'm not really sure why they made this. Like, it's, you could just do a documentary, like, but you want the actors to play the townsfolk. Like, it's like, we want to be part of this gay thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, guy
that
writes
was
a
none
book.
of-
No, it came out, and this came out quite a long time ago. So the guy that killed him, what that was over was a meth deal. This is before Breaking Bad made meth cool again. But this is Wyoming, and Wyoming didn't want their fucking the Dick Cheney state.
Yeah.
They didn't want it known as like a meth problem state at the time. Is when they're trying to, like they do with fentanyl and all the other shit. The guy who killed him had fucked him before. You know, they're meth heads. They'll fuck anything.
Yeah.
And they're violent. So the other dude, Matthew Shepard, was like, I think I could be wrong. He might have stolen from this dude or something, or they thought he had money or some shit. They're all grimy meth heads, and that's what it was. I don't think anybody deserves to be beaten to death and hung on a fence, by the way.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because he was gay. The guy who's in prison was gay with him.
That guy was like, I'm gay, I'm
Bro,
fucking
that's
gay.
the thing that will go down in history as and this is what happened. And no, it isn't. And if you tell people who are emotionally invested in that story, they will
that's
get
not-
very upset at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't give a
They didn't
shit.
leave
I'll tell
any-
you right to your dumb, fuck your fucking safe
Yeah.
reality. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Not you.
Yeah.
I looked right at Chris when I said it. It was really weird.
Fuck you. He's a meth head.
No,
Wait, they
that's
didn't leave any anti-gay stuff on him? They just beat him and left him on a fence?
No, it was a dispute about meth and it was not a gay bashing. But George Floyd, we already know that story's fucking not how they said.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know why they are keeping that cop in.
I'm
because,
trying to think of one story because that's a great point.
No, somebody, hey, write in if you know a story that turned real.
9/11?
Obviously.
Well, okay, 9/11. I was there in New York when it happened. You know,
Yeah.
I remember I was supposed to go work selling spa treatment tickets in the street at Columbia or some shit.
Yeah.
It's like 20 years ago, right? It was longer. I don't know. But I remember I was supposed to go to that job and I was not excited about it. And my roommate's like, dude, look at this. And I see like one building collapse on the TV. So we went on the roof and took and I have a picture of me standing there with the fucking
Damn.
one damn. People are like, you took a selfie? I'm like, no, asshole. There were no selfies. What are you talking about?
Yeah, my friend took
Both my arms are in view. So no, how am I taking a
Yeah.
selfie?
Imagine taking a Polaroid just doing this.
It's one of those old things. His friend's got like the hood and the big box.
Look at here now. Put your eyes up here. Follow the ball.
Oh!
Tower 1 coming down.
I had to have a one-man band set up like that. but Dude, so, it wasn't a hologram of planes. Remember people were saying real dumb shit.
Yeah.
But I heard it was holograms, not even real planes. That's one I definitely heard.
Yeah.
They were like solid holograms. Like it probably wasn't that, right?
Yeah.
But now, years later, well, here's what there was, though. After that terrible tragedy that happened that none of them saw coming, that none of our fine police states saw coming.
Yeah.
Okay? Luckily, we have these really firm police state rules since then called the Patriot Act. The spy on you, you
Keep
live in
us safe.
fucking Russia now,
Yeah, of course.
dipshit act. Which nobody's talking about taking away. They're not getting rid of that, are they? No. And we had that, and everybody took it like a fucking moron, including me. Like, oh, they got to watch these terrorists.
Yeah.
We know the terrorists who they were because their passports, every one of these assholes for some reason left their passports behind.
And they survived.
Threw it out of the plane before they hit the. Yeah.
I think they just left. I don't know. Like they left their passports. Also, the planes all have a remote control in them now. That you can, if somebody hijacks a plane and they want to steer it into a building, they can't because they can take an emergency remote control and take control of the plane.
Really?
Yeah, that was news at the time. After all the safety,
You know
measures.
what's the craziest?
Wait. Which is like, oh, what a god, that good. This tragedy can't happen again. Now, here's a fun little fact about that remote control system. It had already been patented, or the patent or something just got done then, but it was already in existence for a while
Yeah.
before it had gotten the patent. I think it's an Israeli company. I mean, that's not a big deal, but yeah, those guys were not capable of even making the turns you would need to make to crash in. Also, remember people go building 7 and I would go, shut the fuck up. I don't know if you remember when I do that, but I would. I didn't know there was like a third building that went down. Like
there was a bunch of them. Yeah.
I didn't know this whole time that buildings. I'm trying to think why I was like, shut up. I don't want to hear this. It's got to be it. Building 7, that's where a bunch of CIA documents and shit were.
Yeah.
It's very important. That one was 100% demolished on purpose.
Yeah.
The day before 9/11 was when Donald Rumsfeld said, we don't even know where $2.3 trillion is.
Yeah.
And then this is the worst stroke of luck. That's the building where we kept that information.
Yeah.
Dude, fair play. Fair play
And
to the
then,
CIA.
and then, if you recall, but it worked out okay because we said we're going to go put a stop to this stuff. And we're going to go to Iraq. And we're like, well, that's weird. But you know what? They know what they're talking about. People are, and, keep in mind, this is not an amazing point to make. Why are you going to Iraq? No, a lot of people said that. A lot of people said it.
For 10 years, that doesn't matter.
And I remember being like, oh, yeah, whatever, as long as somebody with a fucking toilet paper hat gets killed. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But it's really very simple, obvious question. Why are you going to Iraq?
But you know what the craziest thing is? So they lost the planes on
Is the
9/11.
craziest thing that now Al Qaeda is in charge of Syria and we did that? Is that the crazy? Because to me, that's fucking batshit.
This is going to sound a little less crazy than that. But a crazy thing to me is that they lost the planes because on the plane you can turn off your transponder. And they haven't changed that.
That's like the least craziest thing.
But why not just make that?
Dick Cheney did it with Pakistan, Israel, somebody else.
Let's go.
It's so obvious what who gains the story, and Bin Laden's probably another fucking Sean Penn type motherfucker.
Yeah.
A man, like some Manchurian candidate dipshit.
Man, this is why I love sports.
So
and
funny.
And I hate the refs.
Bin Laden dies, and they're like, well, who's going to go
Dude, sports,
interview
Let me
I'll
tell you
something.
something.
That's a major.
Fucking put your head down. Find a team that you love.
Yeah, no, that's
but
why
every
they made
time,
those.
Every time there's a fucking referee, I'm like, why is he not being held accountable?
I do. Yeah, I get
There's
fired
a bad
up.
call. That guy should be fired.
Yes.
Lop his fucking head off. If it causes me the game, my team the game, fire him. He's done.
Oh, I
It is
like
a good-
Politicians.
So put in sports
everybody
terms.
knows. Everybody knows.
In sports terms, like how often does it come up how fixed fucking games are on
Oh,
the
dude.
regular?
Yeah.
So
That's where when you're watching sports, you realize how unfixable the rest of the problems of the world are.
That's my point.
Because everyone's filming every moment,
Yeah.
and we still can't agree on
Yeah,
what's happening.
and we're not going to all agree that guy fucked up, and nobody's going to slap, slap him on the
And
wrist.
some people like it. Some
Listen,
people like it's a human
this
element.
is
That's
why
what we like.
trauma-based mind control is the most effective form of mind control, which is what 9/11 is, a mass trauma followed by mind control. It's just your daily life is this shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
By the way, baseball is a sigil magic thing. Did you know that? Baseball, the diamond,
yeah.
that's a fucking Freemason compass, right?
It's the Freemason ring.
Is it? Yeah. So when they invented baseball, this is like a wacky new. I was telling Shane this on his thing. The Spalding or whoever didn't invent no, Spalding invented the balls. He would make the balls. They went like a tour of the world to popularize baseball, and they went to like Pakistan and England and all the places that don't like baseball.
Yeah.
They understood it.
they like cricket. They probably.
They also went to Egypt and they played a game of baseball with like using pyramids as baseballs as bases. Because it was invented in Egypt. There's literally hieroglyphics you can look up with clearly the same bat
Yeah,
and like the same ball, dude. And the pharaoh would play on the first day of the spring equinox.
yeah.
First
It's like
day
how
of spring.
lacrosse was created by the
Native
Incans.
Americans. Yeah.
Yeah,
So right, and so what they did was draw a sigil that shape. Then you sit in a stadium and watch it, right? And these guys run the sigil. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like an industrial 1800s-y steampunk mass-produced sigil spell. Okay. Then while you do that, while you look at that, while you're getting programmed to go, yeah, no, this is life.
The diamonds.
They'll fly jets over your fucking head, right?
Pretty cool.
Shock and awe, they call it.
Yeah.
When I was in my shitty house I live in, me and my girl, our whole house shook one day, and we were like, thought we were being bombed or something. It was crazy. And she goes, "Oh, that's from the game, from the college game."
Yeah.
And later, Mothership, Tony Hitchcock was there, and he's like, "I'm at the game. I'm on the 15-yard line." So, picture this, okay? He's a little buzzed. He's trying to share a good time he had with me.
Yeah.
And he goes, and fucking jets fly over. That's the jet that we thought. We were like having the Iraqi perspective of it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
he's there for and he goes, and I was like, "We're gonna be all right," like meaning America. And I go to Jenna because I blather about this stuff a lot. You see, I go, "Jenna, that's what I'm talking about. Mind control. You see it? You see?"
I do it.
And Tony goes, "Oh, you,
Dude.
but that's mind control. That's
so funny.
number one. That's cool. I'm a relentless motherfucker with this shit. So people that I like that are smart, I'll keep going until they can't take it and they go, I just want to keep my head down and do my job because I want to hear you say it out loud.
Yeah.
Because that's what the fuck America is, by the way. Whatever you think it is, what it really is I just want to keep my head. Wow, I'm inspired to go sign up for battle. America, I just want to keep my head down and do my fucking job. Well, I don't want to do my job. I have a bad
what I'm
posture,
saying,
so my
man.
head will be down and kind of.
Same.
Yeah, fuck that shit, dude. I like who the either say you're a gangster and let me in on it, or but you can't be Captain America and tell me that stupid shit because I don't believe you when it doesn't work. When I'm not that well informed.
Yeah.
That's how I want to make it clear. I don't really know shit to that degree. They have dumbed everybody down to retardation.
Yeah,
It's not normal.
This is my point earlier, where it's like find that gray area where like I don't want to know too much, but I want to know that I'm not enough to affect it.
Well, if
and
I'd
I'll
known
just-
more, I wouldn't have got that fucking jab. I'll give you an example. So that's why.
1,000,000%.
Yeah, so that's why it's good
I've
to know
said
stuff.
this a million
Yeah.
times. I knew enough, but I had to work. I had to work in New York. I was like, that was my only
What'd you get?
source of income. Huh?
What jabs you get?
I don't fucking remember.
Yeah, I don't
got
remember
the
either.
Twice.
Pfizer or something. Yeah.
You went to.
Pfizer?
That's why I got 2 fighters.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah.
I mean, Moderna's not good. Johnson Johnson. My
one-
was
the
like,
one shot?
I got the blood clot one. The blood clot.
Yeah. Either way, I'm drinking through it. We're fine. We're going to be fine.
Maybe, but there's a thing called turbo cancer. Now, I don't know if you know YouTube.
Jesus
Susan
Christ, Kurt,
Wojcicki.
your fucking mind is a prison, dude.
Yeah, dude. Turbo
You
cancer.
Just 2027, get ready. So the shit that's in that preserves mRNA, it's called H-1B visa. It's called H something simian virus, and they needed a way to get like a carrier thing to get it into. The point is this: they've known for quite some time that that's a carcinogen. And Susan from YouTube, who died of turbo cancer, kind of like TurboTax, you get your cancer done in a flash.
I'm an Indian, dude.
Yeah, which skips you right to the end of the line, to stage 4 from go. She must have got the real jab. So yeah, that's the shit that you're gonna see come out. And because people didn't go out and they couldn't go to the hospital, the reason you want to know stuff is because the things I've never look, you could do what you want, but the bottom line is the only reason me or anybody even noticed any of this shit was because that fuck up of lockdowns. When you lock people down, there ain't nothing to do but look into shit. So you meet like ex-prisoners that know more about current events than I do.
Yeah, but I guess
I
that's
have
the
many
thing,
times.
is that it's like you start looking into something, and then like if you're getting into like deep biology, like microbiology, that you
that
can't
might be
possibly.
useful.
I know, but it's like at some point, it's like you got to look into like some weird financial instruments that people are. There's too much to try to know.
I
You
look
can
at
always
everything.
I
Fucking look at everything. And
But
the
that's
reason
different
is,
than like knowing it. You know what I mean?
I just approach it like writing jokes. So
Yeah.
I just need like a lot of data.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
need to
yeah.
scrape data. And then what happens is you'll notice something reminds you of another thing. It's just that. So, and I remember stuff a lot. And I try to do my duty to not, I try to do my best not to.
Yeah.
But I remember shit. So what happens is I don't believe anything. I don't even think about believing shit. I'm just don't want to be bored.
Yeah.
So I want to hear a new thing I ain't heard
this
before
is-
that is interesting.
Yeah.
That's all I want is a new thing I haven't heard before. Okay. Believing it's like a different, that comes later. But I just want to hear it because if it's interesting, I'll remember it. Okay. And then it's just filed away. So then later, when something pops up that relates to that, I'm going to remember that.
Yes.
And we go, oh, so that's what happens is if I got the data to look at, everybody, the whole key of gay ass fucking magic is to keep it where you don't get to know everything. It's really just like withholding data. That's why I like Intel's the dark arts, like intelligence work, like John D, that wizard fucking gay ass cuck dude from Queen Elizabeth times. He's 007. He used to sign his note letters 007 to her.
Okay.
And he came up with that Enochian angel language magic.
What?
Again, it's you
Enochian?
keep things safe by making it really gay.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why these people do horrible shit to kids because you can. I mean, it's
protects
fucked
you.
up. You can use somebody's shame as a safe to store all your fucked up secrets.
Right.
It's better than a computer, dude. You could program a person better than they have done that.
Yeah.
Many times, and that's
Yeah.
why Chapo went down because Sean Penn, that wind-up toy. Yeah, when Chapo was one of the nicer
Goddamn,
ones,
dude.
dude. The people now are worse.
Oh,
And
yeah, they've
we
gotta
trained
be.
him. By the way, new Jalisco. He's calling the cartels terrorists. That should be your first clue that the CIA taught him everything they know is they're called terrorists. It's like, what do you think we did around the world?
The only way to get funding for anything is to accuse someone of being a terrorist.
Well, it also lets you get around. I don't know. That remains to be seen what the motive is with it. I hope it's good. But here, I'll just tell you a little disturbing thing.
You want to start now?
Yeah, they took so I'm all for grabbing MS-13. I always worry, what about somebody that didn't do nothing? Like, if there's like, I don't think
Yeah.
that's cool to take someone up who would, and I don't believe in that. Oh, you can't make an omelet without breaking some egg. That
Yeah,
stupid
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's like you could tell exactly a person's level of humanity how much they say that shit. Because by the way, there's no omelet ever coming. Just so you know, just breaking eggs. There's more money in breaking eggs. So they fucking they showed this video of them taking them out. These fucking Tirada something Venezuelan gang. So cool. I'm worried about that, but MS-13 for example does the courtesy of putting MS-13 on their fucking head. If the gangs ever figure out not to do that, we're gonna be fucked.
Yeah, yeah. It'd be very hard to spot.
Not
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
draw the name of your gang on your face like a fucking genius. So they round him up and put him in prison. And people in El Salvador like that guy, Bukele, that young president.
Yeah.
That's like a Bitcoin country now. because he cleared up MS-13 so fast, they love him. He cleared all the organized crime out, okay? And he said to Trump, hey, you can use us as a Guantanamo, this prison for MS-13 for those Venezuelan gangsters, okay?
Okay.
So they rounded up them. Now, the problem with the Venezuelan gangsters is not all of them are gangsters. They got a guy who's just a soccer player who was actually fleeing Venezuelan communists. That
Right now he's going right
we
back.
caused all the shit that's going on there, by the way. That's our fault.
Yeah.
Or not
Fucking
my
around.
fault. What, I didn't do shit. I mean, that's America's fault. 100% it is. And this guy's fleeing that. And he has a tattoo. He's a soccer player. It's a soccer ball with a crown. But because his gang uses crowns in their tattoos, he's caught up too. In fact, he's in that ad where they have the people bent over. Nobody knows if he's alive or dead. Another little problem. These are people from fucking Venezuela. They don't live, they're not from, you're deporting them to a place they're not from. You see, Venezuela will take them.
Yeah.
But you're like, no, we're going to put them in our other Guantanamo that we still have is full.
Yeah.
So you're telling me
We got new Guantanamo.
Dude,
we got 2 Guantanamos.
you must sleep so deep, dude.
You guys sleep great. Well, you know, I have to say, ever since I started drinking again, like, I've been very happy.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty happy.
Yeah.
You gotta balance it out.
Anyway, but don't get the reason you got to know is to not get swept up. Don't be
Don't
Tony Hinchcliffe. I
emotionally
really like
attach
Tony.
anything
That
to
I
it.
don't want him to be mind controlled.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not against him.
Yeah.
People are like volunteering for it, but they're gonna do it. That's why you don't gotta worry about devil shit. I mean, you do. That's real. But what?
Yeah, but dude,
I
when you
can't stress
see
this
it-
enough. All the real bad shit, they did it right in front of your dumb face.
Yeah.
And you said, like on C-SPAN, they did mass satanic blood sacrifice for 20 years in front of your fucking face.
Yeah.
Because I don't know
That's on C-SPAN?
Yeah, what do you think of all the wars? By the way, if we get another war with Iran, which I hope that it's not that bad that he's doing that, we're not going to win. Do people think we're going to win?
Well, yeah, I don't know.
We
What's
haven't
the
won a
game?
war for 80 years. You sports guys, what's our score? Does anybody know? It's
Well,
not good.
Like any good
Since
sports
World War
guy,
II.
it's like hope springs eternal, man. It's like, let's get
Next
that next
year.
year. Yeah, next year.
No,
Next year's gonna be
We got
our
a
year,
we got a
dude.
new
We're the
free
fucking-
agent,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, we got
We
a
gotta
new
fuck. We got
jet.
the
No,
number
you know why I
one
never
pick
got
coming
into
up.
sports? Because of my dad on Sundays, and I'm from Cleveland originally.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And my dad would watch the Browns every Sunday, and he never once had a good time.
Yeah.
I remember a little kid, my dad being upset, screaming at Bernie Kosar and shit.
Yeah, he was shit.
Yeah, and I just remember that. I'm like, why do you watch this game? I just remember as a kid, I didn't understand the game.
Yeah.
And then I realized the game should take an hour. It's 4 quarters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
No,
why
it's
is
not-
it? Oh, it's like an award show. They pack fucking mind programming advertising. You're such a dipshit. You sit there for how many hours to get this much game,
All right,
and the
now,
rest is
now you're
ads.
being very offensive, dude. Now you're being very offensive.
Dude, how do people after ads? after I get
Now you fucked me up, dude.
if I get
The
premium
Eagles just won
football,
the Super Bowl, not today,
Yeah,
Kurt.
yeah.
like
no.
premium football, where I don't have to watch none of the shit, but
No,
football.
you can.
Yeah.
There's a YouTube that does that.
But
They
you
got
gotta
it
wait,
all
and
the-
nobody can spoil it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's and people are gonna do that.
Yeah. If you really give a fuck, you wouldn't possibly.
No, I know. You put if you
You'd
give a
sit and
fuck,
wait.
but I couldn't give a fuck unless I was betting on it.
Dude,
I
Red
do-
Zone. Does Red Zone have
Red
commercials?
Zone, no, you can't watch one game on Red Zone without all the stuff, all the fluff, because they're gonna put in all
But
their
Red
own
Zone
stuff.
will hop around, and you don't really get the ads.
Yeah.
Yo, what's that movie? Dove Davidoff was in it about Vincent Paley,
Oh, with fucking
Marky
Mark
Mark,
Wahlberg?
and
yeah.
Dove Davidoff as the friend of
Yeah,
Vincent Paley.
Invincible.
Yes.
Oh, when he's a fucking walk on
Yeah.
Vince Papali?
No,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
one of Vince Papali's friends that
Oh,
they play
really?
with. Yeah, that was Dove Davidoff. Where's Dove? I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, remember his dad was like talking about how he worked some shitty factory, but it was okay if like the Eagles win or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. No, it isn't. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. It's probably
gotta
going to be
piss.
real bad.
Dude, it is so funny if the
You're going to die like Mac's mom from Always Sunny. Of cigarettes.
I always love they like insert that stuff into movies. It would be great.
But that's the
Just right at the
programming.
juncture
Yeah.
where someone's like, as long as the Eagles win, it's okay. Then someone goes, no, it's not.
I mean,
All the build up to just make this one joke. No, it's not. That's not okay, dude.
yeah, that's it. That's a magic spell. That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
what the shit is. It's so about your mental. Because they say consciousness or what is it? All is mind. So the universe is mind, right? They always talk about that. It's one
We're all one big.
consciousness, right?
Yes.
So if I could control your mind, then I would be controlling the universe, and I would be God, wouldn't I? That's the principle.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, they do it to you nonstop. And then if that don't work, you'll get a nudge to get your shots, right? I need to work. I had to, dude. I got two Pfizers.
Yeah.
I wish I had the presence of mind of black people to fake my vaccines.
Yeah, it was easy to fake.
It couldn't have been easier to fake.
Yeah.
You literally could have just signed. It was like faking when I used to forge my report cards, like
Yeah.
pretty early on.
Yeah, the fake ID.
was
That was hard to do. Like a fake card saying I got this.
Dude, I had a paper
And it was-
card
yeah.
that I kept in my wallet the whole
It was like an
pandemic.
arcade ticket.
Yeah.
That looked like
It really was.
It was like,
it never occurred to me
Yeah.
to lie. What an ass I am.
Yeah, all these years of fucking lying.
Yeah.
I had one chance.
yeah.
The one time you should lie.
Kurt, you got something to plug, babe?
Yeah.
When's this come out?
We have no idea.
Wednesday.
Well, I'll be in Fort Worth this weekend, but
Yeah, go see
Yeah.
Kurt in Fort Worth this weekend. Hyenas?
the Hyenas, man.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go
Yeah.
to Hyenas and see me. If you go to
Yeah.
kurtmetzgercomedy.com,
Stand up
whole
is
lineup
so
is up.
fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, man.
I keep telling you.
not Vecchione. Did you see his new shows? Or I hadn't seen any of his shit, but for a long time. But
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Like I was in tears, so
Oh, fuck yeah.
I feel kind of like not that good about my set dick.
That's how
I feel
it
like my
goes.
set dick isn't as big anymore after I saw it.
We'll go see Mike Vecchione
Yeah,
wherever he's
Yeah,
at.
honestly, I'll go see Vecchione. He's like really.
9/11, your whole set.
He goes, I have to go around. He says his job now is talking to low income whites about being vaccinated. He goes, and he still looks the same. Like
He does. He's
like
ageless.
a hero, like the portrait of a hero cop who was shot by a black.
He's ageless, dude. Yeah, painted on the back of a bodega.
Yeah, some guy with dreads killed him.
Yeah.
And it's just on
An Irish bar somewhere.
Officer Mike Vecchione who died fighting some thug.
Yeah. Chopped cheese, $2.99.